1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Roger, 0G, I feel fine. Liftoff and the clock has started.
That's 1 small step.
Of how to take his next step of his career.
I just wanted to ask about Edouard Mendy. How's his shoulder injury? Do you think he'll be back soon?
He's been training a little bit more than he was, so not fully fit, I would say, at the moment. But hopefully, the next week or so, he might make some progress.
And did everyone else come through the game all right? No fresh injuries?
As far as I know, yeah. Double checked, but as far as I know.
Okay, thank you.
Game as a chance to sort of kick-start the season, given the form that you're in?
Well, I wouldn't say it's a kick-start. I mean, we've played, I think, 15 matches. So there's been such a lot happened in those 15 matches. I think I've been here 4 months. Feels a lot longer than 4 months, to be honest. And it's just been, you know, a season that obviously is unique. We see Man City as an opportunity to play against one of the best teams in the world. Completely different game to what we've just faced. But obviously very, very complicated and tough. But you need those games as well. You need these ones. As much as we want to win and you know, I don't want to sound like it's acceptable to lose. It's not. But unfortunately, part of the game is dropping points, is not succeeding. You've got to suffer. You've got to try to get better. When I think back to how I've got to this point, it's a lot of the things that have got me to this point are the setbacks and the moments of struggle. So it's not about thinking whether it's a kickstart or not. It's focus on the next match, try to improve, try to get better.
Everton had a plan for Erling Haaland. They seem to rile him up. Have you got a particular plan for that man, given the form that he's in?
Well, I mean, I've just come straight off a game against Nottingham Forest, so my focus has 100% been on that. But obviously, that Haaland, he's had a fantastic season. The goals there are amazing. It's a top team. So, but we have to, like I said, think about ourselves, think about how we can do better, think about how we can take steps forward in terms of our game, and that's the approach we'll have.
And they have dropped points, Manchester City, in 5 games this season. How do you go about causing a team like that problems?
Well, we have to play well ourselves. That's the key, and then you have to understand the quality that they have and try to stop it. I mean, it doesn't sound simple when I articulate it now, but it's obviously in reality it's not so straightforward. But they're a top team, but we can cause them a problem. We can be ourselves and try to play well and try to put them under pressure. We need to use Stamford Bridge, and then see what happens.
And the fact that you're playing them twice in 4 days, does that come into play in terms of the approach and the mentality?
No. I think you can only focus on the first game. Just 100% onto that.
Okay, Adam.
Hi, Graham.
Hi.
I know you don't like to talk about specific players in the January window, so I just wanted to ask you, from your opinion, what areas of the squad do you think you might want to improve this month, based on what you've learned so far about it?
Well, it's a good question, but the problem is if I answer it and I'm specific with the answer, every single player in that area will be linked with Chelsea. So I have to dodge it, and I hope you understand why I'm dodging it. I always answer that part of the question by saying I'm the head coach, so my responsibilities are the players that are here, and then we'll try in every window to try and improve. And January is a complicated one because it's January and it's the middle of the season, and in the meantime we have to deal with all the noise that is Chelsea getting linked with everybody, and again, I don't comment on any player that's not a Chelsea player. But always, doesn't change, it's a boring answer, but my job is to help the players that are here and then support the club in terms of decisions they make, in terms of how to improve.
Yeah, hi Graham.
Hi.
The 2 City games, obviously big games for Raheem Sterling. I mean, I guess it's good for him to come in on the back of a goal today, but how would you assess his time at Chelsea so far? Well,
I think it's been a challenge for him, I think, but it's been a challenging period for everybody. There's a lot of change, a lot of things have happened. So in that regard, it's never easy to completely settle and completely hit the ground running. there's more to come from Raheem, I'm sure, but he gives his best every day, and we need to help him get to the level that we know he can get to.
Graham, taking you back to the aftermath of the League Cup game, I saw you and Pep having quite a nice long conversation. Not obviously asking you to shed complete details what it's like, but
hello. Anybody home? Hi. Knock, 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 knock. Good evening, good afternoon, good night. Good whatever time it is in your location. How everybody's feeling tonight or this morning or whatever it is. So this stream normally is for people who are late. You know, some people are still complaining about not having a chance to talk because when I go live, they are not there. They are at work or something. So if I have time like evening or night like this, for a few people who still awake, they can have a chance to talk. So that's why I'm here for, and you have the link there. Not sure what I'm doing. You have a link somewhere. You can call us if you have time, or you can send your questions. So depend on the energy and the return I'm getting from people. I can stay here for a little while, or I might leave earlier, you know, because I'm here, just like I said, for you guys to talk, not for me. All right, so if you don't mind, please help me get at least 50 likes, you know, one click, and that's it. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, so while we are waiting for people to call, we have the first guest, Tom. Tom, Tier 1 journalist, my brother. What's going on, bro?
Evening, brother. How we doing?
Evening, man. Some bad news for Chelsea, if you're a Chelsea fan, because Enzo Fernandez looks like it's not going to happen anymore. So, yeah, probably we're going to have to move to the next one. So
who's the next one?
I don't know. Probably Harry Maguire or something. Going for Harry Maguire or Fred or McTominay or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, Fernandez is a good player, isn't he?
I can't hear you. Looks like you. Wait, probably.
And there's one will justify paying £100 million.
Yeah, can you repeat what you just said? Because we lost your audio.
Yeah, I was saying that he's had one good World Cup, and does that justify being a £100 million player? I don't really think it does.
No,
to be honest,
too.
because
I don't think he worth that money.
If that's the case, then you've got McAllister at Brighton, for example. He should be a £100 million player because he's won the World Cup. We've got Lisandro Martinez at Man United because he won the World Cup. But yeah, he featured in some of the games, but not all of them, and he didn't feature heavily in the final. Does that mean he's a £100 million player? No, and I'll say that for my own club. So I don't think Chelsea walking away from this deal, to be honest, should be seen as a negative thing, because you can save your money for other players. For £120 million on one player, like, I just think it's unheard of. And you're going to make him the biggest transfer in Premier League history to do it. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, Jack Grealish, you've seen the weight of the pressure that's had on him at Manchester City for £100 million. You've seen when the rumours were circulating for Harry Kane to go to City for £150 million. When he didn't get that move and everything, the form drop that he had was staggering.
Yeah.
And even if you bring Enzo Fernandez in, you're not exactly bringing him into a happy camp at the moment, are you?
No.
Because there's a lot of uncertainties at Chelsea. You don't know who's going to be staying in the summer, what sort of players. You've got a new director of football and you don't know the approach there. Todd Bowley, he's appointed all these people, but he still has to have some control or something over the departments of the football club. When a lot of people would have thought at Chelsea that you've appointed the people, now Todd, you can take your step back and just fund the projects that you were, brought in and that you were given the keys to do. Because ultimately, I think the basis of a lot of new owners is they've got to come in and they've got to hit the ground running. And to do that and get fans on side, you make an open checkbook for the first couple of transfer windows. And by doing that, you create this buzz and this excitement that you can go out there and buy any player in the world. Now, with this Enzo Fernandez deal, I think the figures that were reported were about they had a €120 million release clause, which is roughly just below about 100 million, or just over 100 million, to have made him the highest paid player in British history. But you pay that much for a player, but Chelsea's figure that they were only prepared to go up to was about 85 million euros, which is roughly about 70 million.
Yeah.
And if I'm being honest, do I really think that's justifiable? I think you're even paying over the odds just at 75.
Yeah, man. I said
for
the
one
same,
World
even
Cup.
Fofana, I don't think he was 75 million. Why are we just throwing money away like that? Yeah, keep
Well,
going.
you're doing what we've done for years, haven't you, Man United? We threw 50 million on Wan-Bissaka. He wasn't a £50 million player. We threw fucking £80 million on Harry Maguire, and he wasn't that, was it? And you wouldn't get half of what you'd get for these sort of players nowadays.
Yep.
So it's a case of, if you believe in one particular player, you'll do anything to get them. And even if it was £100 million, if Todd Bowley, if Graham Potter, if Christian Vial, the new sporting director, if all the directors and stuff at Chelsea believe that this is the player that you need, out of any player that you can sign in the world, he's your man that you need, and he's key to this project or this rebuild, whatever, revamp at Chelsea, then you've got to pay whatever to get him. I think there's very few players in the world that, how can I say it? A club needs them. I think there's very few clubs that have that. For example, I would look at it at my own club, for example, right now, where we do not have a number 9 at all.
Yeah.
We don't have. We're scraping around the loan market. We're scraping around for Giroud, Felix, all of them. But that one player could transform our team. And an old saying that I had at Man United was, for 5 years, we always asked to get a big CDM in.
Yeah.
Get a central defensive midfielder and it'll transform our team. And we went and got the best one out in the world in Casemiro. And we look at that, like, changing the team. So that's what I'm saying with Enzo Fernandez is, if you pay over the odds for him and you bring him in, is he going to have... He's got to have that effect.
That is
for
a
that
very
amount of
good
money.
point, because everybody is going to be pointing on his price tag. Like, everybody
That's what I mean.
waiting just to, every mistackle, every mistake is going to be, oh, look at this guy.
Yeah, they're going to criticise him.
Yeah, they're going to criticize to the point where it might break him. And this is the Premier League. This is England in general, right? And you got to do it on Monday, on cold Monday in stock, right? So I'm not really sure that he's going to just come and destroy everybody and be the best in Fabregas. There's been a lot of theories and narratives in the Chelsea community. I like the guy. If we can get him cheap, good price, no pressure, no nothing. He need time to develop, and we need to support him when he's not doing good. But, a Chelsea Football Club, we are not like Manchester United, to be honest, because we are used to buying or, expensive, sucking people all the time. If it doesn't work out, okay, get him out, we get somebody. So people got a mindset about, if we buy somebody expensive, that means we are getting the best in the world. Listen, N'Golo Kante came to Leicester City for more than $1 million. Let's put it like 1 million from the French second division. Mahrez also came the same price from the French second division. The first season in the Premier League, they won the Premier League with Leicester City. What I'm saying is, it's not everybody is going to be N'Golo Kante or Mahrez, but I'm telling you sometimes those low-profile players can perform better than expensive one because they have all the light and the media watching and everybody putting them under pressure. You know what I mean?
So. I think it's. I think another thing though, when you look at modern day football, I think it depends on the age market that you look at as well. I know from my football club anyway, when we had Ralph Rangnick as our caretaker manager, a lot of people was more drawn, and a lot of journalists were more drawn to his expertise in the transfer market than actually his coaching expertise, because his main work that he's done and his main credibility that he gets in football was from the transfer market, was from building football clubs up from nothing. And the man was a genius because he could turn an energy drink in Red Bull into 2 football teams in Salzburg and Leipzig. So the man was a genius in many cases. But he gave us 3 players in that January window when he was in control of Manchester United's dugout. He gave us Moses Caicedo, who we could have got for 7 million, who is now a brilliant player at Brighton, who's probably at least a £50 million player, I would say. He gave us Enzo Fernandez on a plate, and who's the guy that's just gone and won the World Cup, and he said Julian Alvarez. And you know what's funny, Cogs, anyway? For those 3 players, Manchester United could have got all 3 of those players for 40 million. That was the market value at that time for those 3 players. There's 40 million for 3 players.
Yeah.
And we said no. If we would have gone for it, you have 2 World Cup winners and a brilliant young superstar in Moses Caicedo in the midfield, who I think is the most moulded player of a young N'Golo Kante that was at Leicester City that you've just mentioned about. Came from the South American League. Nobody ever heard of him. Took the Premier League by storm at the moment. A brilliant young player in the Premier League. But these players, they come for 5, 10, 15 million pounds. It's not so much about paying 100 million pounds for one player, because if you do your proper marketing and your proper scouting 2 or 3 years earlier, you could get that player, instead of paying 100 million 2 or 3 years later, you could get them 2 or 3 years early, 5, 10 million pounds, develop them for a little bit, and you've already got that player for a lot less than what you would have paid in the long run. But a lot of modern day football clubs, we don't look at the logistics of it, because it's all about who's the biggest name out there, who can you get, who's going to, put your club on the map. Because Newcastle United, for example, is the easiest one to explain, because Newcastle United had no success for well over a decade. They had absolute misery under Mike Ashley's ownership. But now with the investment fund that they've got with Saudi Arabia and the 2 British backers in such as Amanda Staver, when you have those sort of backings there and you can put the funds up to back up your argument, I mean, you look at the team that Newcastle's built in the space of 18 months. It's brilliant. And it's getting them results, and it's getting them up the table. That's smart recruitment. That's smart business. 30 million Guimaraes, 25 million Botman, 60 million Isak, whatever. Like, that's smart recruitment. A little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit everywhere. Whereas with Chelsea, it's as if it's just bang, £100 million one player.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Spread the cash around on like 3-4 players for the same price that you can get one.
Yeah, we have just to start finding those players, and I love the project actually with Chelsea at the moment, because we are mixing, because we are big now. We want to stay competitive, but also we are building for the future. With those youngsters, we just bought Andrew Santos from Brazil, Vasco da Gama. We are working on another young player from Brazil. Also, we have Casadei that we bought from Inter. He's a very good midfielder. There are so many of them that we already bought. We bought somebody called
Badiashile.
Badiashile, 21 years old. Yeah, look at him.
Brilliant,
him. And David Datro Fofana from Molda. Well, people might not take him seriously, but he can develop. I'm not gonna say it's Didier Drogba or whatever. People will make. People will always try to compare by let him be his own player. But I am confident that he's gonna grow. You know what I mean? So we are building for the future, and I don't really mind if we can also address the situation now. Like also, hey buddy, also if we can get the players that can help us now, and the future we are preparing the future. We're doing good, but 120 million. Nippon, my brother, what do you think about this Enzo guy?
As crazy as it sounds, I think we're just going to cower down and pay the release clause anyway.
Oh, really?
Yep. No. I'm in denial. I'm in denial.
Oh, you are in denial.
I think what we need to do, I think rather than just going for one player, like Tom said, for like 120 million.
Yeah.
I think we should just go for... look, he said he wanted Chelsea, but did we really want him? If we really wanted him, we would have paid the release clause.
Well, the financial fair play also come to account, because we still need many players, not only him. We need him, but do we have to spend that kind of money? That is the real question for me. I think we need him because anybody in that midfield is better than what we got right now. But we can always find somebody who can do the job. I'm not even worried, and I'm not gonna stress myself out, if we don't get him. But paying the release clause for me is a little too much. It's a lot of pressure and a lot of banter. If he got injured, just like Fofana. Look at Fofana now, 75 million. He barely played for Chelsea so far. So for me, I will go for Declan Rice, 75 million probably.
He's not good though.
Oh, Rice is not good? Oh, tell us more about him.
He's not as good as a lot of people make him out to be.
Oh, okay.
Like arguing with refs.
Okay.
Like, what did he do against that game in Arsenal? What does he do when it comes to playing against big teams in the World Cup, like with England? What does he do when he comes against a competent midfielder?
Well, Tom, you can answer to that. Do you really rate Declan Rice?
I do like Declan Rice, and I do think he's a good player, but I don't think he's the right profile of player for you. If I'm being totally honest, I think the midfielder that I would go for, if you back away from the Enzo Fernandez, I'd go and get Moses Caicedo from Brighton, and I would have no problems in paying £50 million for him. Because
Moses
I think
Caicedo is like a mini Kante.
He's a mini Kante.
But the problem is we also need somebody who can create. That's the problem.
That's the thing. But I think that if you get Caicedo in now and you leave the next 6 months in the market to actually properly research and scout that creative midfielder that you want, you can then go after the one that you want in the summer for whatever money that you want. And you can completely forget the whole Enzo Fernandez saga that you've got right now. Completely move on from it and go and get a creative player out there. There's many of them that are in brilliant young leagues in the world. You could go and get somebody from the German league, for example. I know a good player who plays for Frankfurt.
We are not lucky with German, with people from Germany, bro. It's not so much about Jimmy, bro. Nkunku is already a Chelsea player now. We still need to know if he's going to perform.
But he's going to be a striker. Is he going to be a midfielder? Winger? What's he going to be?
Excited about Nkunku, if I'm honest with you.
Nope. You're not excited about everybody, buddy. What is your...
Because whenever we make signings, they always flop. Let's be real.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. But what is your alternative to this Enzo guy, or, in the midfield? Who would you like to see? So you want us to stuck with Jorginho, right?
No, I want another Italian.
Italian?
His name is in the chat. His name is in the private chat.
Okay, let me double check. I'm using different screens, so I might go off if I check.
I'll just say it. Nicolo Barella.
Oh, Barella, okay. He plays for Roma, right?
Inter Milan.
Inter Milan. Okay, Nicolo Barella. Interesting. Do you think he's that good? And how much is gonna cost? Because we and
80 million minimum, possibly more.
Well, how about to give them like Lukaku? We gave them Lukaku, and they give us Barella. It's not gonna happen. They're gonna need more money on top. Yeah, Nicolo Barella. Okay. Oh man. So Tom kind of rate Rice, but Nippon don't rate Rice.
I'm not as much as Tom, but I do rate him.
I think, though, throughout a season, you're only going to play the big boys 12 times, potentially. Also, it depends on how far you go in European competitions. But I think for majority of the season, what he can give you is he can give you stability in the midfield, and he can give you that holding role that you haven't got. And I look at the CDM sort of... Like I look at it from Man United's point of view, from the striker market. There isn't an ideal striker out there that we can go and get straight away right now. And I look at the CDM position in the world, and I don't know a name that there's not a name that sticks at the moment. That's like bang, like best up and coming young prospect.
Yeah.
Because Real Madrid took both of them in Camavinga and Tchouaméni, who play the midfield holding role or deep line playmaker role there. So you've already lost two sort of young talents that you can go for in that sort of role there. I don't really know where another one can come from. And that's why I think if you Declan Rice, I think he might not be the world operator that Chelsea want, but if you look at the market right now, he's probably one of the best that's there at the moment in time. I don't know a lot of other names that you can come up with that.
And we have another name. We've been linked with another guy. He's French. His name is Kone. He plays for Gladbach in Germany. Gladbach, and he's good. If you check on him, he's very good. So we have to double check if that is gonna be an option. And we've been linked also with the Russian guy. The problem is that it's almost impossible to send, to transfer money to Russia at the moment, and to get like a work permit or visa from Russia to England. That guy also is good. I think his name is Arsene Zakarian. Yeah. So another very good young prospect for the future, but we can still find somebody there to do the job. Probably, I don't think anybody is gonna be worse than what we got right now in the midfield.
But even with such as Declan Rice, I mean, he already knows the league. He's been brought up in it for.
I don't know why Chelsea fans, the majority of Chelsea fans online, of course, they don't really like him. Probably because he's from the academy, and he's English, and in the Chelsea community, when you are English and you are from the academy, it's like a big no, because they think it's a product of the media, like the media hype and all that. So they are not good enough. Like nothing good can come from England. So that is the mindset that people have. People like Mason Mount can have a great game or consistency, but even he missed just one game or one opportunity. That's it. People forgot 99% of the thing that he would do good. So the harsh treatment. Go on.
People. I think people just hate. I think a lot of people say it's hype. I think a lot of people are now starting to deliberately hate on them to stop the hype.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. So, I don't know, man. And then when you're thinking about tomorrow, we have to play City at the Bridge.
I'm going to that. I'm going to the funeral.
Oh yeah, you're going to the game funeral. I was worried. Who is died? Oh, you're going to that game. That's what you mean.
Yeah.
So, send us some pictures, man. When you could be here, I'll be here probably live doing watch along. You send me some pictures so I can live from the bridge.
I'll probably tune in. I'll probably tune in at halftime live.
Oh, okay, sure. That's cool. Is the
Yeah,
wife?
but wait, Tom. Where did Tom go?
No, he just disappeared. He will be back. I think he's late. Maybe he want to catch some sleep. Thank you so much, Mr. Tom, for helping, and come back anytime. We're gonna be here tomorrow, if God gave us life. So yeah, Nippon, go on, bro. This is your show. Bring whatever topic you want.
Yeah, what do you think? I'm just scared of this Benoit Badiashile guy.
I like him. To be honest, I like him.
Monaco.
Yes, sir.
French defender from Monaco.
Yeah, because
Comes
of
to Chelsea.
Bakayoko. I know where you're going with this Bakayoko stuff and how we went. Instead of getting Mbappe and Bernardo Silva, we went for Bakayoko. I know.
Yeah, Badiashile. No, he was a French defender from Monaco. You know who else was a French defender from Monaco? Malang Sarr.
No, Malang Sarr was from Nice. He was on free from Nice, and we sent him there on loan, actually. So we can make a deal here. They take Malang Sarr for 15 million. We take Badiashile for 34 million. We're not going to spend a lot of money, bro. Be confident. That guy is good. He's
Malang
good.
Sarr 2.0.
Are you still mourning about us not getting Josko Gavadio?
I don't want him. Wait, they might get him.
Yeah, because so what is your defender that you wanted instead of Badiashile? You tell us.
I wanted Josko.
Yeah, that's what I say. But Josko is one of those guys that will cost you more than 100 million. That's the problem.
Yeah,
we can't continue spending 100 million on each player, bro. We just spent 300 million last summer. It didn't take us anywhere. It didn't take us to the next level. Who is the player that you say, yes, he worth the money that we paid last summer? Nobody. So that tells you that money doesn't mean necessarily you are good. So probably the low profile like Badiashile could be just what Chelsea needed and what can really deliver and give us something. And even if he flops, you don't really, it doesn't really hurt that much because it didn't cost so much money. Werner, 60 million. Now we sold him back for 25 million. Look at Lukaku, 100 million. What happened? We can't even get 8 million loan fee. It's all over the place, bro. So this time I think we have just to trust those low key, no big name, no shiny names. They might just do good,
Yeah, man.
All right, people. So we are over 50 people watching now. It's incredible. I didn't really think it's gonna be this way. It's just all of a sudden I decided to go live, and I appreciate it. If you can help me get 50 likes, I will much appreciate it. Thank you so much, and don't forget that you can join me and my brother Nippon, and have your say. Bring your own topic. We don't have like a specific topic for anything. You bring your own topic, and we're gonna discuss. All right. So, and if you support another team, bring the banter. Let's fight. Okay, bring the banter. We are ready for it. Okay, I have my backup. Nippon here is gonna back me. So we're gonna destroy you if you are Tottenham Hotspurs fan and you wanna banter. Oh, we won 4 today. Yeah, bring it on, man. Bring it on. And let's go.
Try and get Johnny Minerals.
Here.
Let's have it right, people.
Okay, so let me thank some of my brothers in the chat. He's sleeping already. Mr. OG, Chelsea OG, live from Marrakesh or Rabat, the capital city. I don't know. He's sleeping right now. He's just like KO, man. So yeah, nice to see you, brother. Catch some sleep, and I'll see you tomorrow. And we have oh my goodness, look at this guy, Kassin. Long time no see. He just disappeared because I don't do any like evening shows anymore. So Yeah, people need to go to work and all the good stuff. Somebody say there are a lot of good bowlers we've been linked. I think we need to sign them instead of big names. Yeah, I think my brother Nippon is all for big names because he wanted to sign this guy here, Enzo, and he wanted also Gvardiol. So where the money is gonna come from? We're gonna.
I mean, like, I just don't want to go for signings that we've been scored with in the past, because Nkunku, from a good player from RB Leipzig. We got a good player from RB Leipzig a few years ago.
Yeah, let me just continue to answer some question here. Phil is coming with his agenda of English players and academy. He's asking, where is Gallagher? He should be benching Jorginho and Kovacic. Well, it doesn't depend on him. If you are the perfect example of bias. Everybody in life is biased, got their favorite. So if the manager don't give you the chance, it doesn't mean that you are a bad player. Didier Drogba was on the bench under Andres Boas. It didn't make him. Yeah. John Terry was on the bench when we changed, like Luis Scolari, and and all that. So if you think outside the box without narrative and theories, you will see that there are people who are on the bench just because the manager don't rate you somehow, don't like you. Abramovic went to Barcelona and never make it over there because Guardiola didn't like his attitude. He was on the bench. Samuel Eto'o, one of the greatest in Africa, got in trouble with Pep Guardiola. He was on the bench because he didn't want to listen to him, and he think you have nothing to teach me as a on the pitch and know how to score goals. So if you're gonna continue your narrative without any common sense or any, just be a human once. Just leave it, man. Just leave this agenda. Is just sickening. Some people, I don't think, just because Jorginho is playing under every manager doesn't mean that he's good. He's just crap. That brother is crap.
He's dog shit.
He's
but
crap.
But every manager seems to rate him. But every manager
not
seems
even
to rate
rating
him.
just because he's a leader. He's good. He's a good guy in the dressing room. So they are afraid of disturbing the dressing room.
I don't care about good
guys. This guy here
Nice guys don't win anything.
Yeah, he pretend that he played football, but everything he say is about agenda, copy paste. Like there is no common sense, nothing beside agendas against English and against academy. Loftus-Cheek will be out for 4 months. Every single day he will bring Loftus-Cheek name in the conversation. I'm like, the guy is not even playing. How are you going to bring him in the conversation? Tells you everything you want to know about the hate that certain people are getting. Nothing to do with football. It's just this agendas and I don't know. Okay, anybody that want to jump and come here to talk Jorginho, the day that Jorginho will leave that club, and we put even, bring me, Bakayoko or something. I will even take Bakayoko instead of Jorginho. That's how bad it is. That brother don't do anything. He doesn't even sweat. He doesn't break even
Jorginho's
sweat.
A fraud.
He's a complete fraud. But there are certain people who are in the cult. There are certain cultists. In order to defend Jorginho, they bring Loftus-Cheek, they bring academy product. You will never see them bring somebody from a foreigner from France, a foreigner from Nigeria or Ghana or China or Brazil. They always bring the same passport in the conversation just to try to defend their gurus. Aziz, what do you have to say?
Let me comment about the Jorginho. The era, I don't know why Chelsea still have the players like Jorginho in that squad. Jorginho should have gone since last season. Players like Aspilicueta, he's already old, he can't run. You understand what I'm saying? All these old players, they are not.
They
I
are
don't
not
even know
good
what
enough. But
they are
people
not
are
good
making
enough.
theories thinking, oh, because the manager don't trust you. What do you think about, oh, Pep Guardiola wanted him? What do you think about Italian national team want him? Why he always plays is dog shit. Like, it doesn't mean anything. Managers are biased just like anybody else. They just prefer certain players.
Jorginho is Brazilian Portuguese for dog shit footballer.
He is a piece of garbage. He does nothing, but he got all the credit because N'Golo Kante need to sacrifice and die for him to be who he is and get all the credit. And you always, Mr. Phil, you bring, why can't we talk about something else? Like today we were talking about something else. He just brought all the English players in the conversation in the academy because that's what he does. The whole conversation is becoming boring because you are discriminating people. You and me are black people. We've been discriminated against for the entire life. I don't want to discriminate people. If you're going to continue this kind of discrimination, I'm not going to give you my platform anymore because you have some kind of...
Who are they discriminating against? Who are they discriminating against?
He always just like bring something. People are not there. Like somebody is sick. Somebody is out for 4 months. He will bring him just so he can defend Jorginho. It's getting out of control now. I have enough.
Who are they discriminating against?
I have enough with this guy. To be honest with you, I have enough. Oh my goodness, me.
You know what I know about with Chelsea fan? We pick and choose who we like in that squad. You feel me? We pick and choose. Some people are Jorginho fans. Some people are Mason Mount fans. Even though he plays dog shit, they will still ride on him, say, oh, Mason Mount played well. Can you imagine? After that argument, after what we talked about on Sunday about the way we played, some people were still telling me that Mason Mount played good. I was like, well,
everybody played bad, but the problem is everybody is going to pick the guy that they don't like. They forget that in order for Mason Mount to function, he needs service. And when your midfield is crap, waiting for people and passing backward all the time, getting bullied all the time, you're going to always pick the guy that you don't like. You know, like, oh, it's Mason Mount. What Mason Mount had to do with one-on-one? Okay, you can't win your duel. You can't pass the ball. You can't break the line. Mount is waiting for your service, and you're gonna blame Mount just because it's good, because it fits certain narratives. I have enough of this crap, man.
You know what I'm just laughing at? I'm waiting for the massacre tomorrow. Me and you will laugh about it.
Yeah, we're gonna be here live. You come here, we're gonna talk about it.
I promise you, Man City is gonna beat us 10-0. I swear them. Oh, I swear them.
Whoa! 10-0.
10-0.
Yo,
double digit score.
Yo, I swear down. Man City will beat us 10-0. If they don't beat us 10-0, they'll beat us 6.
Maybe they'll beat us 6. Listen.
Yeah, I think that's my scoreline as well.
6-0 is your like. Listen, if we can do the right, if Porter do the right thing, right? Take that Jorginho and who else? Aspi out of the team. Put those youngsters. You have nothing to lose. They're gonna give you at least some energy on the pitch.
You're gonna call watch out! People are gonna call you biased towards English.
Yeah, they can call me. I'm not English, by the way. I'm not English. I defend every country in the world. Everybody is my brother. That's why I'm surprised how certain people can be discriminating other people. I love everybody. If Mount is not performing, get him out. Get him out right now. But for people, it's just always Mount problem. How about Jorginho, who is called the engine or the heart of the club?
Johnny Minerals, number 1.
What he does? Yeah.
Johnny Minerals, number 1. Mount.
What do you say? Yeah, I don't want to name other people. Oh, I don't want to name other channels here. I respect what they say. Everybody got an opinion, and I also respect Mason Mount. Everybody knows about it. I rate Mason Mount. The hate that he's getting is so unfair because he's not the worst in that team. For 3 years, the kid been played out of position as a winger all the time. The system doesn't fit him, and all of a sudden, you have to blame him for everything. But who got away with everything? Jorginho Frello. Maestro Jorginho. What he does? Nothing. Nothing. Zero.
Zilch.
Is that bad?
That bad. Okay, let me read some comment here. Mr. Moriba Leighton, my brother from Tobago, Trinidad and Tobago. Chelsea 3, Manchester City 0. Okay, you are dreaming. You are smoking something, right?
What budge is that?
My brother, you are small. You have to stop smoking. He said we're gonna beat them 3-0.
I want some of that budge.
Yeah, yeah. Nippon wants some of that. He said that we're gonna beat them 3-0. But listen, we might nick a goal. Don't get me wrong. We might nick a goal, close the shop, and win that game. 1-0. Yeah, no, but who knows? If we don't play Jorginho in the midfield, we don't play Aspilicueta, we play just... Why are you laughing at me, man?
We're getting run ragged. We are getting taken to the shop.
Listen, anything is possible in football.
They're taking us to the shop.
It's football. No.
Nah, not when it's Chelsea. Not when it's Chelsea.
Is Eliala going to play tomorrow?
Who?
Unless
Eli Haaland.
Yeah. He been preparing for this moment his entire life. He's gonna be there.
Guys.
Is he fit?
Yeah, he's
that
fit.
Boy was,
and De Bruyne also is fit and ready.
Oh yeah, I'm telling you, that boy will spell Chelsea tomorrow with the way Potter defends, where we don't even have midfield. You think they won't walk through our midfield? You see the way they beat Man United?
Yeah,
they'll beat us times that.
But that was at the end, though.
Okay, let me say hi to another brother. Jeremy, are you there?
Big up.
Big up, man. What's going on? Did you have a good sleep last night?
Yeah, I did.
Good.
I had a bad headache, though, but yeah, I slept well.
Okay. So, yeah, what you have to say, bro? Tomorrow we have Manchester City. And
I haven't, to be honest, I'm going to be honest. I have not seen a single Chelsea game since we played against Club America. So I don't know. Only thing I noticed is we're 9th in the leaderboard. So hopefully we start turning around. And is it possible we could get top 4? I haven't looked at the number.
No, that is a dream.
Bro,
that's a pipe
I don't see
dream.
us getting top 4.
So what type of nightmare did I wake up from? We're Arsenal's first. We're 9th.
Yes.
This isn't a nightmare. This is all happening in front of our very eyes.
I feel like I came back from a coma because I've been away for a while. So, well, all I got to say is, luckily, we have a transfer window coming up. When does that transfer window officially start?
It's already it started the 1st of January. It's already there, and we just missed out on one target. Big one, Enzo
Fernandez.
Enzo Fernandez. It looks like it's not going to happen.
Oh, interesting. So we're going to try to grab more of the legacy players, I guess.
Yeah, that is Juju from Jorginho. Jorginho don't want us to sign anybody. So his Juju guy is just doing miracles and that.
I heard that we're going to lose Conte. Is that possible?
Conte is going to stay, apparently, according to David Austin. But he's injured. He's going to come back only in March. He just had a surgery. When you were gone, he had a surgery and he's recovering from surgery. So don't even count on him. Reece James is also suffering with some injuries. He was out for a few months, came back, got injured the first game. The first game he was injured again. Now he's out for a month. So
what about our superstars we signed during summer? Koulibaly and all the other people that we were so happy about before.
Excitement. We always get excited. We always get excited when we sign somebody, but the reality is on cold Monday night in stock. So when you come, Koulibaly is not doing good. He's every single game he got a yellow card, the traditional yellow card, because he got undone. And then when he got undone, he's going to pull somebody down, like, use all his force and pull somebody down. He got one red card already, a lot of yellow card. He can't really handle the Premier League so far. Raheem Sterling, another enigma, another myth about his...
did he go? How's he doing? Is he doing good?
No!
Raheem Sterling. No?
Raheem Sterling is... Werner, if you think Werner was missing chances, you gotta watch. You gotta watch.
Oh, God, you got Werner 2.0.
Probably I'm exaggerating here, but he's that bad.
You could take the people out of the jersey, but you can't take the legacy out of the myth.
yeah, that's the problem. So we have everybody that we bought last summer. We spent let's say 300 million. Only the young Chukwuemeka, I can't really judge him because he's young and he's not getting enough playing time. Only like few minutes here and there, and he was injured for a long time too. Kukureya is another myth. Sharma, Mr. Nippon, what do you think about Kukureya so far?
So.
Yeah, he's like so. One game is okay, another game poor.
Not shit, but not outstanding either.
This is the first time I see you talking when you're not driving your car, by the way, Nippon. You're normally driving your car going to the grocery store.
Yeah, or coming back from work.
Or coming back from work, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, well, a lot has changed since I was last on. I am actually on sick leave. I fractured my toe.
Oh,
and
no.
I can't go back until the doctors say it's okay.
Oh, get well soon, man.
Oh.
I'm back from vacation. I'm back from not a vacation, but more back from a service myself. I'm in the United States Air Force, and I had to do a little stint. But I'm back.
Yeah, welcome back.
Thank
you
God.
are safe. That is the most important. And
appreciate that.
People, if you want to join us, the link is there on top of the chat. You can just click on the link and come talk to us free of charge. And I'll be here as long as you give me more energy. So give me also some likes. Let's get to 50 likes. That is the first goal, and we go from there. Thank you so much.
So do we still have Captain America part of Chelsea, or did he leave?
Captain America still there. Christian Pulisic still there, but he might leave this January or next summer because I don't see him stay there while he's not being used. But
why isn't he being used if you're saying?
Yeah, that's why I say managers always managers always got their favorite. But in the last couple games, he played both games. So let's hope that continues. But like I said, you are on the bench, not necessarily that you are bad. I gave some examples to some people who were making some theories online here. Like Abramovic was on the bench at Barcelona. If you look at Cesc Fabregas was on the bench, he couldn't even make the team at Barcelona. Alexis Sanchez on his prime couldn't make the bench at Barcelona. Stuff like that. And managers are just people like us. They have their favorite and they don't want to disturb the dressing room or disturb what they are trying to do. So just because somebody is on the bench doesn't mean that he's bad and the guy who start the game is good. Like this guy Jorginho, people giving him all kind of credit. He does nothing. He doesn't even sweat on the pitch. He's always clean because it's one-touch football. The ball comes to him. He passes to the person close to him. He points fingers to tell that person where to pass. That's it.
So who won the Champions League? If I like I said, I've been gone for a while. Like who won the Champions League already over?
Oh, you didn't even watch the final of the Champions League?
I have not only watched one game since I've been gone. I watched USA versus England. That was the only game I watched. I have not seen a single other game.
You are very disciplined, really, because if I was you, I was going to be sneaking and watching some games, or
Well, there are some people allow us, some units allow us to have our mobile phones, and some don't, because I work on some areas that are secret to top secret.
Yeah, I see. So you can't have a cell phone because they might be tracking. I got you. So Real Madrid won the Champions League, and also Benzema won the Ballon d'Or, and Messi won the World Cup. How about that?
Oh, so he did. Oh, so I wonder if Mbappe is upset about that.
Yeah, today actually, Messi was back in training, and you have to do the guard of honor, right? When everybody sit and applaud the champion. So it was kind of awkward to see PSG, like Paris, or let's say French players applauding Leo Messi, who just beat them in the final of the World Cup. So it was weird.
Yeah, it's funny seeing. Did you see Lisandro Martinez getting a standing ovation at Old Trafford?
Yeah, he played the final too. Yeah. Why not? He deserved it.
And do you know?
Yeah.
And do you know which one of the players gave him a standing ovation?
Who?
Anthony Martial.
Yeah, Martial, and also Varane, Rafael Varane.
Dude.
Huh? Yeah.
I mean, those are the two players I would least expect to give him a standing ovation.
No, Martial actually is angry because he's not called by the French national team. So he might be like, yeah, he might be even happy that they didn't win because I'm not called anyways. I wanted to be there, but I'm not. But Varane is kind of, Varane, I can understand the frustration. All right.
No, apparently he did applaud.
Yeah, everybody need to applaud for camera, of course. You think anybody there is going to be like not applauding? Come on.
Nah, Bernardo Silva never applauded Liverpool when they won the Premier League.
I have to ask, so before I left, I remember everyone was so hyped about Erling Haaland going to Man City and Man City running away with it, and somehow Arsenal's on top of the table. What happened there? I thought Erling Haaland at Man City is basically a match made in heaven. What happened?
Well, this is the Premier League. Arsenal been building for 3 years now. Arteta. Yeah, Nippon, you wanted to say something?
I said we'll be in the same position as Arsenal in a few years.
Yeah, but we are not used to the situation, though. We are not used to building something. We are used to just winning now. Buy now and win now.
We're gonna have to deal with that, innit?
Yeah. So Manchester City, they lost, I think, against Brentford.
They drew. They drew to Everton.
They drew to Everton. They
lost to Brentford.
Brentford, yeah. I think they drew a lot of games. Who else gave them a very hard time this season? I don't know, but Arsenal really, they look good. Everything is clicking for them at the moment. So yeah, they might.
Newcastle gave Man City. They played 4-4.
Say it again.
Newcastle and Man City drew 4-4.
Oh yeah. 4-4. I even forgot about.
Newcastle's starting to get good now.
Yeah, it was 4-4. They drew. Newcastle, Man City still has an outstanding to play. So
you can't guarantee that they will win. Can't guarantee that they will win.
So, who are your favorite targets? So what is Chelsea's top targets since transfer season just started? What are our top targets? Where are we going to do this?
We're meant to buy Enzo Fernandez from Benfica. I don't know what's going on with that target now. We need a strong midfielder. We're still relying on Jorginho and Kovacic. Kante, who is always injured. Loftus-Cheek, who is always injured.
Yeah,
Man.
Loftus-Cheek is always injured and he's always shit as well.
Oh no, that's
Even when
you're
he's
not
not
fair.
injured.
You're not fair
What
to
about Zakaria?
Loftus-Cheek.
No.
You
To be
are not
honest,
fair.
to be
Oh,
honest, you're
What
right.
about
You know,
Zakaria?
listen.
you're right. Loftus-Cheek did not eat his potential, or maybe he was over.
But
You know,
listen. People are
you
being
know,
I
the
remember he
media
had a hat
over.
trick.
People
Loftus-Cheek
are
had a
being
hat
unfair.
trick a couple years ago.
Listen. Can I speak? I will give you time to
Please
speak.
calm down, bro.
Yeah.
So Loftus-Cheek, the guy last season, he played only as a sub, few minutes here and there, and the few time that he played like full time was from like wing back position. He played as a center back. He played as a DM, as a CDM. He played as a number 8. He even played as a number 9, a winger. Every single position on the pitch, he was replacing people, and he always give a certain level. The problem is because we have that mindset about, oh, academy, oh, English, oh, you don't have the divine right to be there. But who else was going to accept to be a center back? Who else got the height to help us when we struggle with center back position and keep a clean sheet against Brentford? You know what I mean? So people don't.
Can I talk, please? Can I talk?
You've been talking. You don't let people
Oh,
finish.
sorry.
So I'm
Oh,
telling
sorry.
you, like Loftus-Cheek people being unfair toward him, even when he's not there, people continue to bring him in the discussion. That tells you that it has nothing to do with football. Now you can talk.
I'm going to defend Loftus-Cheek real quick because I remember Loftus-Cheek getting those hat tricks a few years ago, and I feel like there's still potential in there.
Unnecessary. That was unnecessary.
And people forget the horrible injury that he had here in preseason or whatever, a friendly game here in America.
It was at USA. I believe it was a USA friendly.
Yeah, it was in Minnesota. Yeah. I even paid a ticket for that game. Loftus-Cheek, before even the Europa League. But people, I don't know, people don't have the heart like to sympathize with some people who are going through hard time. It's always, you are dog shit. Oh, you are this and that. Like they just forget everything that somebody did. It's always black or white. I don't know. So if people don't want to see him, but now while we are struggling, like Reece James is not there, do you think if Loftus-Cheek was there fit, do you think he was going to help us or not? Like the role that he's playing in the team, a big role, but people, I don't know where and where that evil is coming from. Is just beyond me. Like I don't get it. Yeah. Okay, Aziz, you wanted to say something, right?
Okay. In football, you are as good as your last day.
Okay.
Look at Eden Hazard. Eden Hazard was the third best player in the world. Now, Eden Hazard.
Yeah, we can hear.
Even Hazard isn't even in the top 10 now. Let's be real.
That's why I tell you that you don't really take to consideration context behind certain things, right? You're gonna talk about Hazard, you forget about the horrible injury that he had. So I understand that you are as good as your last game, but how you know that you're gonna be good in your next game if you don't play the next game and people still judging you based on your last game? That's the problem. He's not playing consistently, therefore he's not gonna perform consistently. To be consistent, you have to play consistently. But people would judge him out of 10 minutes that he was given, and then after 2 months again, he got another 10 minutes and he didn't do good, and people judge him based on that. And people don't understand how football works. Football is about momentum. It's about building something. You might be bad today and tomorrow you score a hat trick. So if you're going to go with the logic of you are as good as your last game, that means Lionel Messi can't even play the second game in the World Cup because he was crap against Saudi Arabia and they lost. the game. Messi, I think he missed even a penalty. So if you're going to continue to judge people based on your last game, and then we have to bench everybody. Mbappe need to be benched. Neymar need to be benched. Haaland need to be benched when he's not performing. So that logic doesn't really stand, my friends. It doesn't stand at all.
You're missing the point where I'm coming from. How many chances have Loftus-Cheek had?
Nothing.
Because you are complaining that Loftus-Cheek
let me explain to you what you call a chance. Listen. What people call a chance in the Chelsea community is 5 minutes, 10 minutes from the wrong position. The end of the season. Let me finish. The end of the season, when you check on those crap statistics online, they will tell you Christian Pulisic played 25 games for Chelsea last season. He only scored 1 goal, 1 assist. Okay, if you check on the amount of minutes that he was on the pitch, you will find like altogether is like 150 minutes. The entire game is like 90 minutes. So you see that the guy, normally he played like 1 game and a half, but people make that story, he played 25 games. No, he played few minutes here, 2 minutes there from the wrong position as a wing back. There are context behind everything. But fans today, they go black or white because they don't watch games. That festival, we watch just TikTok videos who did some tricks and all that. We jump and check on statistics, and we don't really analyze the game the way it's supposed to be. So when you say he has his chance, you have your chance from the center-back position. Okay? You have your chance from the wing-back position, from the winger, from number 9, not even your position you feel comfortable. That is not giving somebody a chance. You give somebody a chance from his natural position in the right system, and you give him a run of games to build the momentum. It's simple common sense that today's generation, they don't understand what football is because they never play football outside, even with friends. That's how football works. He's not having any chance. Nobody gave Loftus-Cheek a chance, Hakim Ziyech a chance, or anybody. Those are just theories and narratives.
Okay, you finish.
I finish.
You finish your analysis.
Yes, I finished. Just go.
Okay. I was going to pull out the stats for you. Loftus-Cheek last season.
Yeah, Nippon. If you wanna go, you can go, brother. No problem.
How much longer are you live for?
I don't know. I'm still here until when I get a call to go pick up my people, and then I will cut the show. But I will be back here tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow morning. No problem. I'm just waiting for a call. If they call me now, I have to cut the show and go pick up people. Yeah.
Oh, so this could be one of those 7-hour things, yeah?
No, that is a lot. I will go. I will go away very, very soon. But yeah.
Yeah, I have to go to sleep now.
Yeah, man, get some sleep and.
I'm just gonna play some FIFA and then I'm gonna go to sleep after.
No
that.
problem, my friend. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'll see you. I'll probably tune in tomorrow live from the bridge.
From the bridge. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, my brother.
Yeah, see you later.
See you later. Good night. All right, he's gone. Aziz, now you can tell us. Give us your theory. Bring your theory. Yeah.
I'll bring my theory out. Last season, you remember our midfield was missing. Kante was injured almost last season. Kovacic was injured almost last season. So that gave the chance for Jorginho and Loftus-Cheek to play. Loftus-Cheek started 24 games for Chelsea last season in the Premiership.
Tell us. That's why I just explained to you the 25 games from what position and how many minutes. Just be honest with yourself. I don't even know. I don't have statistics with me here, but it doesn't sound correct. And you talking, he play with Jorginho. Anybody that will play with Jorginho, you have just to protect the king Jorginho in order to do your job. How anybody can look good playing with Jorginho? You have to have like 2 heart, like Kante, who can do the job. You know what I mean? So if you even mentioned, oh, he played with Jorginho. Jorginho can't make anybody good. People need to make him good.
Oggs,
yeah.
Let him talk for a second. You interrupted him one time. You've been talking the whole time. Just give him a chance to talk real quick, bro.
Okay. Go. I'm not gonna cut you anymore.
Loftus-Cheek played half of the season with Jorginho because Kante was injured. Me and you agree that Kante is injury-proof.
Yeah, Kante was injured. I don't remember him playing every single game though, like round-off games. No, that's you.
Actually, I remember because I was having this belief that this was not the Loftus-Cheek of Sarri I used to know. I understand injury plays the Achilles injury he had played a bitter role, but this is almost like 3 or 4 seasons ago. You should have get over that and start balling.
Are you talking under Mauricio Sarri? Are you talking under Lampard? I'm confused here. You say he played half season, bro. Let's be honest.
No,
here.
I said he played half of the season. He played almost half of the season. Last season, he played 24 Premier League games. Last season, check the stats. I'm not even talking about the times he came in as the substitute when Kante returned back.
Like
because
full
Kante
game,
didn't
25 game. Come on, you are lying, bro. Because Kante was injured. Listen, Kante was injured.
I'm not lying to you.
No.
Check the stats.
I do watch along every single game in the same channel, bro. I remember everything. 25 games every single game. Come on.
May I get
in the
into
midfield.
This?
Oh, man.
May I jump into this conversation for a second from a outsider perspective?
Yeah.
So, I've been away for a while.
Yeah.
And it's been almost half a year since I've seen Chelsea play. Or over. And what I could say is, from what the community wanted Chelsea to be like from summer transfer window to now, I feel like we've kind of lost our vision. It feels like we're kind of like all over the place. We just wanted the guys to be able to be happy, find their groove, and stick to the system. I come back 6 months later. Thomas Tuchel's gone, and it seems like the clubhouse is like the locker room's lost their way, and everything that we were planning to build to the future, trust the process, has been tossed out the window, and we're repeating that same cycle that we're stuck in from the very beginning again. Are we going to learn from our mistakes, or just going to be in the same cycle for over and ever and ever and ever again? And regarding Ruben Loftus-Cheek, I will say this. He didn't get a fair shot. I'm looking at some of the games. I see that he's starting at different positions every time. In limited time, you can't start the game at 85 minutes in and expect to do something.
Exactly. This is the narrative Mr. Aziz is pushing, and I'm getting a lot of hate in the chat because that people don't want to hear anything that has to do with English players and academy. So he's double judge here. Like
let me add on just a second. There are certain players that specialize coming off the bench. One of the greatest ones that we've ever had was William, that just gunned off the bench, and you bring him in like 10 minutes before if the game ends, and he scores a goal or two. We're trying to expect Ruben Loftus-Cheek to play like William, and it's not working. Ruben Loftus-Cheek is a player that plays through the pace of the game, and once he gets his rhythm going, he builds up. And that's the type of player he's playing. We're trying to play him out of role and characteristics. So if you keep putting a person out of role and characteristics, it's not going to work. We're using him as a Band-Aid for a solution in our squad, obviously.
Yeah,
and
that's true. He never played one position 2 games in a row. He never played 90 minutes 2 games in a row. I'm checking here as we speak. I don't remember. I do every single game. I do watch along, so there is nobody that will tell me that he watches games more than I do. So I don't remember when Kante was injured and Loftus-Cheek was playing with Jorginho every single game. That is a big lie. It's a big fat lie. He played as a centre back. He plays as a wing back. He plays as a number 8, as a number 9, as a winger. So many positions. each time. I have the table in front of me here. I didn't prepare it to put on the screen, but it's a big fat lie. I don't see any 90 minutes here. I don't see any one position thing here. It's all over. It's all narrative about black or white. Oh, he played a lot of games. That's why I'm asking you guys, how many minutes, from what position, and
What's next? Are we going to put Kepa up as striker next? Is that
okay? Should I tell you the game?
I have everything on my screen. I can't just put it on the screen.
The game Tuchel started playing Loftus-Cheek as a wing back. What was this game that what's his name? What's this German striker we used to have in Chelsea?
Werner.
Werner that scored like 2 goals. He missed two chances. That we won like 6-1. I can't. What's that game? 6-0 or 5-0.
We went away at Southampton and we beat them 6.
Southampton.
Yeah.
That was the first game.
You see, I forget. Listen, you see, the problem with you is you just thinking, but I have everything because it's on the record, bro. Every video is on my channel, but you can't even remember what game it was. But you just making up stories.
I'm not making up stories. It's the fact of what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That was the first game he played as a wing back. I was even surprised that.
And before that, he wasn't even
playing
at all.
In the midfield. Even there was this game in the midfield. This when he played with Jorginho that we almost drew to Leeds. Remember that game?
Tell us what game.
Against Leeds.
Aziz, do you feel like he has honestly got a fair chance on this pitch? On your true bias, you say he's played this many games. Do you think he's gotten a fair chance? Yes or no?
Loftus-Cheek. Okay, the reason why I said he hasn't really gotten because one, I'll tell you one reason why. Because he's an academy player. We overhype our academy player to be this good, but they're not up to that standard. Do you get what I'm saying? Coming from?
So we see that we expect our academy players to play at a higher level than we expect other people to play.
Yeah,
right?
yes, because we have the best academy in the world. So we always expect our academy players to be the best. Because you see the lack of...
like I said, listen. To be the best, you have to be given a chance. Somebody need to take a risk on you. Let me finish because you're going to cut me and you're going to start laughing and it's going to discourage me. You have to give somebody need to trust in you. When Frank Lampard came to the job, if he didn't give a chance to people like Mason Mount or Reece James or whatever, we were just going to be judging them. They are not good enough. You need somebody who trusts you. Even Leo Messi, if he wasn't somebody who trusted him since the age of 16 and give him a chance in the first team, he was not going to be him. Kylian Mbappe, he came to train with Chelsea for a trial. We sent him back. He wasn't good enough. He wasn't defending. He went back to Monaco. Somebody gave him a chance, and the rest is history. Kevin De Bruyne, when he came, we bought him as a kid. He wasn't that good at the beginning. We were not patient. We called him. Oh, he got a bad attitude. Mourinho said, you can't challenge Mourinho. Mourinho sold him. The rest is history. Mo Salah. The point I'm trying to make here is in order for those kids to get to another level, because you expect them to be the best academy doesn't mean the best team, because they have to grow. You have to give them an opportunity to grow from the kid football to the men football. We don't give them a chance. This time, I hope so. Do you think that somebody like Jorginho is going to be better than Chukwuemeka? Chukwuemeka is going to make mistakes. Yes, he's going to make us lose games, but he's going to learn and improve. So if you think that they have to be perfect, 100% from heaven, all of a sudden they become perfect, and then you don't know anything about football because you have to go through the baptism of fire. You know what I mean?
Exactly. There is one thing I would like to add on there is Aziz, you did say one thing that I agree with 100%. We do have the best academy in the world, but we do not have the best judgment makers of that, what happens with our academy talent. I say that our people that decide who stays in the academy program and who goes are horrible, absolutely horrible, and should be fired. But our scouts and our academy project itself is incredible. Now, you can't have one with the other. You have, let's say that you're building a car. The academy is our engine. But the people that decide is the steering wheel. And they apparently put a car without a steering wheel because we let these incredible talents go between our fingertips. And that is true. So the problem is we're bleeding out the best potential players because we don't think they are ready.
Yeah.
And because of that, we don't trust
trust them.
Process. And because we don't trust the process or we're not ready and we want instant results, we are not trusting the process, so we're going to be stuck in this cycle, and year after year we're going to slowly dip down the league further and further until we finally get our acts together and realize what Arsenal's done, what all these other teams that trust the process of Man City, etc., because they have a project and they're sticking to it. I was really frustrated to find out they let go of Thomas Tuchel. I was up to bat for him. There was I and Oggs went back and forth between Lampard and Thomas Tuchel. Mm-hmm. And I always said, if ever Thomas Tuchel ever went out, I would be so mad. And I'm upset. I don't know who Harry Potter is, and I don't care. But I feel like Thomas Tuchel should still be in Chelsea.
Yeah. I respect your opinion. And for me, I didn't really feel anything because I think when you take over a business, you need people who can collaborate with you. I'm going to send you the interview from Todd Boehly who explained why he had to get rid of Thomas Tuchel. Thomas Tuchel doesn't want to make phone calls to convince players to come to Chelsea. He wants everybody to do the job for him and then bring him players what he need. He wanted to sell the whole academy. You know, Chalobah need to go, Billy Gilmour need to go. We sold him. And he didn't really use any data. Like he doesn't need data. The project for Thomas Tuchel is to win, which is good because that's what Chelsea been for the last 20 years. You buy me the players that I need. I win right now for you. Great manager when it comes to short-term win trophies. But Todd Boehly came with a project, long-term project. We don't have the same money as Abramovic anymore. We have to be smart, build from the foundation, trust those youngsters, develop them, but also mixed with some world class that we're going to buy here and there, make a great team for a long time, long-term success. He didn't want to collaborate. So in that sense, I will understand why they got rid of him. And me, I don't feel the same way as you. Because I've seen this for years and years at Chelsea Football Club. My favorite managers getting sacked all the time. Mourinho, Ancelotti, people like that. All of a sudden, you're gone. So I don't feel anything really when we sack somebody anymore. Like, yeah, it's a Chelsea thing. But I agree. The fact that you give him 300 million to spend on the market and few weeks later, you sack him. And now you're stuck with certain players that the new manager didn't choose or didn't want. So you end up by losing a lot of money and a bunch of dead wood in your hands. So
Aziz, get on to this. I want to hear your perspective on what's your vision of Chelsea and how they grow from this. Aziz, real quick on your perspective on what can Chelsea do to improve their situation given this horrible card that was dealt to them.
Okay, what Chelsea can do, to be honest, because this season is over. Let's just salvage what we can do. I don't want us to go to Europa League. I don't want us to go to Champions League. I just want us to stay where we are. What we can do, one, get a world-class coach. Two, change all those old players, the old regime players. Bring in fresher bloods, players that are willing to die for the jersey. You understand? bringing competition into the
But the problem is
sport.
how do you know every single transfer is a gamble? Because the problem with us Chelsea fans is we think that every solution need to be splashing a lot of cash on the market. How much money we spent in the last 10 years and we end up by deadwood? When was like the last wow transfer that we made? Like we buy a player and we're like, oh my goodness, he took us to the next level. All of them average. Let's say Costa or Fabregas, you know, back in the day with Hazard. But the majority, the majority of our transfer being crap because we don't plan anything. Instead of going for Chouameni, we're gonna go for Saul Niguez, you know. Instead of going for or leave Matic in the team, we go for Bakayoko and we let go Matic, you know. So that tells you that it's not always about spending a lot of money. It's also about being smart and having somebody who can coach and who can develop some of the talent that we have at the moment. Todd Boehly already bought like 6-7 youngsters around the world. Now we need... What do you say?
Real quick. So both of you, neither of you mentioned building up from the academy itself, at least from what I could say. And we just expressed that Chelsea has the world's greatest academy. Why are we not utilizing our power from within?
Very good question. Very good question, because that's why I said it's not every solution need to come from buy. Like Aziz say, that we need players who would fight and who would die for the team. How do you know that? Because everybody pretty much that we're going to buy is coming, first of all, the prestige of Chelsea. Second of all, it could be because of money, because you got paid a lot of money. We got Werner, we got Morata, we got Higuain, we got Falcao, we got Pato. You know, we got all those players that came just to collect their paycheck, didn't take us to the next level. So why can't we just be smart this time and trust the process a little bit and stop always criticizing the local boys, the English players and the academy, and understand that if we trust them and we give them run-off games, they can improve and they can become world-class one day. Who knows? You know?
Yeah, I'm not talking about we shouldn't trust the academy, but listen to us, which everybody has this. If you have a very good opinion about bringing the academy, I don't have issue with that. But you know, Chelsea, this kind of, the Premier League is a league whereby if you don't replace your squad, you don't win the league. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Secondly,
I'm going to counter that with a better point, though. Here's the thing. That's the pressure. We always feel this external pressure pushing on us. We're the Premier League. You see how much Man City's spending. You see how much all these other clubs are spending. Just because they're spending and they're investing in short-term and longer-term projects doesn't mean we shouldn't invest into our academy and build within.
Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah.
Here's the perfect example. The world was shocked. The whole world was shocked that when Frank Lampard came in, that transfer man, and used our own academy and showed, holy crap, our academy players are the best in the Premier League. Some of our players. That is right there, just enough evidence to show we should trust within, build within, and go forward. You could say, okay, you could spend 300 million or something like that, 100 million on some superstar he may not even like the food in England. Or you could get yourself, I don't know, 6 or so up-and-coming superstar academy, under 18s, and see how they develop. Yes, you're not going to get immediate results, but look at what happened under Frank Lampard, and that was just a few people. We have the potential of looking long-term, but nobody wants that. Nobody wants to be responsible. I don't, Harry Potter or whatever, Graham Potter, associated with that team that doesn't make top 5, top 4. but nobody wants to take the time to develop. Everybody wants immediate results.
Exactly.
What
That's
happened
the
to Arsenal?
problem. We all want to
Arteta
know.
out, Arteta out. And look at what happened. Now they're on top of the table because they finally trusted the process.
Good
built
point. Good point. Tell Aziz, are you hearing
Okay,
here?
I'm
Because you don't
listening.
trust the
Good
process.
Point,
Yeah.
Good point. But I'm not even talking about don't trust the academy. But do you trust our reporter to lead us?
That is another
What does our
question.
report-
He doesn't even deserve to be on the pitch. It should be Thomas Tuchel with my 2 cents.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
But the problem, before I forget, Mr. Jeremy, you talking about you want Thomas Tuchel to be on that touch line, but he's the guy who doesn't really rate any kid. That's the problem that you forget here. You are contradicting yourself. If you have the best academy in the world and you keep Jorginho Frello in your midfield, he said that we don't need any midfielders. He spent 300 million.
A lot of things with Thomas Tuchel I disagreed with, but there was some of his passion that I
Yeah, the
disagreed
passion is there. Let me finish so I can make sense here. So he spent 300 million. He was asked a question, how about the midfield? He said, we have Jorginho and we have Kovacic. And Kante is injury prone. We all know that. And then he's the guy who Aspilicueta wanted to leave. So instead of taking the money and buying somebody else to help Reece James from that side, he gave Aspilicueta 3 years contract and double his salary. All right. So he kept Jorginho, he kept Aspilicueta, and he bought Koulibaly, 31 years old. He gave him 5 years contract and double his salary. From Napoli to Chelsea, double the salary. So he made some choices that he's not completely innocent on that. But I understand the narrative behind everybody. Oh, we miss him because when you win a big trophy for the club, people will always remember that trophy. They don't remember the process. They don't remember who built the team to win the trophy. They don't remember the kid from the academy. They don't remember anything. It's only the 3 months of excellent. We were beating people for
He
fun.
stood on the shoulders of Frank Lampard.
You
in a
know,
lot
so
of it.
that's why I say you are contradicting yourself, because with Thomas Tuchel, you will never see you Gallagher, you never see you whatever, everybody. He sold already Billy Gilmore, but Billy Gilmore is 1,000 times better than Jorginho, but he didn't want to see him. He wanted to sell Chalobah, and Todd Boehly, that is the trigger. Like Todd Boehly is, well, wait a minute. This guy got great statistics. Look at the data here. He got a room to improve. Why do you want to sell everybody? He wanted to sell Broja. Broja also told Boehly was like, no, we can't be selling everybody. Look at the statistics. Look at the data. So, great.
I didn't know about the falling out part. See, I remember Chelsea lifting the trophy and they started preseason. So all this stuff that happened before he left, right before, I wasn't present for. Only thing I remember was he was starting to look towards Thomas. He started at Timo Werner, and there was some of the other younger strikers from Germany, excuse me, some of the players from Germany, and he was building some of the younger players from Germany, and there was some prospects from the academy that he wanted to bring into the academy, but his big investment was focusing on the players from there. But I'm going to say this, he wouldn't get anywhere if it wasn't for Frank Lampard's shoulders that he stood on before. I loved the fact that Frank Lampard brought the academy up, and that is the passion I love. But I also love the passion from Tuchel's tactical mastery. That was the mastery passion that I felt that if we could given Thomas Tuchel 4 or 5 years, that we would have really truly see his vision. But we never give
I'm not even defending Frank Lampard because many people don't like him. But the job that he did of building, there are certain managers, okay? There are certain managers who are builders. They are coaches. They develop, and there are some finishers, some type-in managers also. I'm not calling everybody a type-in here, but you know the sense I'm trying to make here. There are certain players, there are certain managers that they are so big that they don't really want to waste time on attitude key than developing anybody and waiting. They want to win now, because they earn it. So nobody is wrong or nobody is right here. You develop just like Graham Potter, right? He might not even be at Chelsea for 2 years, but he will build the foundation. He will probably promote some youngsters out there that the next guy that will come to finish the project is going to be
It's going to be a
winner.
brand new project. Every coach comes with a brand new project. It's every coach starts a new system. Whatever Frank Lampard finished, Thomas Tuchel started a new project. Whenever Graham Potter or Harry Potter came in, he stopped the Thomas Tuchel project, and everyone does their own system. So it's a construction site that is never finished. And that's the problem is if we keep letting the gaffer go every single season or so, it will never be a finished project, and it will always be in shambles, and we'll slowly have a hard time climbing ourselves up. We just need to stick to one and stay. That's all.
Okay. I get where you're coming from about the projects, build the project, build the project. I'll give Frank Lampard one. Let me look for another word to say. I'll be thankful for Frank Lampard giving us Reece James and some of these young guys. That's one thing I'll be thankful for him. But secondly, why was Frank Lampard sacked when he was given 250 million? Why was he sacked?
What is your question? Why he was
No,
sacked?
I'd like to hear a question. Frank Lampard was bad with 250 million.
To answer your question, sir?
Yes, sir.
The reason why Frank Lampard was sacked is because community didn't give him a chance when there was a dip. Whenever there's a bad season, whenever there's a bad lose streak, immediately
we abandon the project.
And they blame the gaffer because he loses the locker room, and you're not going to replace all the players. It's easiest for the owners to replace the manager, and all players know that. They realize they are invincible. Only thing they have to do is they don't like the guy, they play bad, and you realize that you can't just replace the entire locker room, and they replace the manager over and over again. The manager has no power, and as long as football remains that way, it will never change.
Yeah, so what the point you're trying to make here, Mr. Aziz? Go straight to the point because we have to end up the show. We have another show tomorrow morning.
It wasn't just a dip Frank Lampard was having. Frank Lampard was losing, just like Harry Potter was losing. Frank Lampard was losing in a big scale, and he was back with 250. You don't back a manager with 250 and be 10th in the league before Thomas Tuchel took over and were able to climb up to top 4 and win the Champions League. Even Frank Lampard said, I watched Frank Lampard's interview. He said, I made so many mistakes during the time as a manager in Chelsea. But he said, there's one thing he's always going to be grateful for. He was given the opportunity to bring the youngsters to the squad. If I give you 250 million, I expect a result.
So what the point you're trying to make here about Potter? What
I'm
did I
trying
say
to
to do
make
with
is that
Potter?
Lampard, with the destiny was given, he failed as a coach in Chelsea. He failed. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
He wasn't successful.
Good.
Harry Potter right now is failing.
How much money he was given again, Mr. Harry Potter?
Harry Potter?
Yeah. How much money he was given?
He was given a squad to coach. Now he was given a team to coach. So is it until this squad collapse that when everybody will believe that Harry Potter has failed? I don't know. But you're a Chelsea fan. Do you know Harry Potter's formation? Do you know his tactic?
How many months he been in the job again? And how many injuries we have again in the team for the last couple months that he took over?
I have a unique perspective here. 1 second, guys. I've heard this conversation 9 months ago or so. I've heard this conversation a year ago. It's always the same. Right when a new manager comes in, they do bad or they do good. Oh, how many months were they given? How much money? It's always the same thing. We're on repeat. I can realize that we're in an endless cycle. We just need to keep someone in and stay with them through the bad times and stick it out. How bad was... I'm looking at Arsenal first, and I realized they trusted their process. They did not go Arteta out.
Yeah, you are exceptional fans, but for fans who've been used for 20 years under Roman Abramovich, that is a sin. This is a crime even to say that. They don't trust the process. The process doesn't exist. You don't perform, or you know, there is no context behind it, right? If you look at any team that will lose 4 key players at some point, they are key players, they're gonna struggle. We struggled last season because Reece James was out, Chile was out, Kante was out, and I might forget even many. We have so many injuries. We have a C19 order. We went deep. Lampard had the same issues, but it doesn't count because it's Lampard. But
And
this
Lampard
season,
also had a transfer ban too that he had.
yeah, and also this season we are struggling with the same issues. When you lose Reece James, when you lose N'Golo Kante, you lose Broja is ACL injuries, you lose all your key players, you're gonna struggle at some point. That's why we have to stick with the team and support the team in bad time. But
it's the same thing over and over again. It's just an endless cycle.
And also for people who ask what is Porra's best formation and system and all that, I will give him the benefit of the doubt because he took over out of a KO. He didn't know anything. Just we sacked Thomas Tuchel like now. In 1 hour later, he was driving to Cobham to have an interview, and then you are given players that you didn't even have pre-season with. You didn't buy them. You have just to adapt to the situation. We started good though. And then we collapsed. And then the World Cup came. Now we are back. We haven't lost any game. We drew 1. But everybody want to kill him. So I'm not somebody who will say, oh, what is the system? What is we trying? Because I always give people the benefit of the doubt, based on what is happening. If that makes sense, I don't know.
Aziz, I want you to jump on here for a minute. What do you think Chelsea could truly do to benefit the system, or do you think, like you said earlier, that we should just toss it all in the rubbish bin and start over again?
Well, okay. You want me to give our reporter the benefit of the doubt? Okay, let's give our reporter till next season, because I know what this man can. He's not a Chelsea's level. He's not a Chelsea's levels coach. You understand what I'm saying? If you want to coach a big team, you need a world-class coach who can handle personalities of the players, has to deal with players going out of injuries. You understand what I'm playing? Players that are not playing players that are out of forms. This is where you need a big-time manager. A big-time manager is someone like Mourinho. Even though you are not playing in the team, Mikel Obi said something, and Michael Essien, they said something. Mourinho makes you feel like you are still part of the team, even though you are not playing. You understand what I'm saying?
The problem is you don't understand the new direction of Chelsea. I understand what you're saying. The problem is you confuse Mourinho, Abramovich, and the new era, what we're trying to build. If you have to build something, sometimes you have to go one step back. And Mourinho or Tuchel or those world-class so-called managers, they are not builders. They are winners. They are finishers. That's what you don't understand. There is a difference between a manager and a coach. They don't coach people. They just come with the mentality. They incorporate a system to go to war and win something. But you can't do it with a bunch of kids that you recruit all over the world. You have to go slowly and develop them. So I understand your case but right now in this stage of Chelsea development, you don't need a powerful guy like Pep Guardiola or let's say, or others, the big name, Enrique or whatever you want. You just don't understand the vision. The new Chelsea, you don't get it. You're just going back to Abramovic. We buy, we suck, we force people, we win trophies. That's the problem.
Hold on one sec. Right before I have you chime in on that, Abiz, to respond to that. I'm going to be the first one to say, I have not seen a single Chelsea game since preseason. And I could tell, just remembering how the system of Chelsea goes, it feels like the same thing is repeating itself. I feel like I'm in the twilight zone. I feel like, literally, you could take me back in time, and it'll be the same conversation some analysts would have been having a year ago. It seems the same conversations. We don't trust the process, or we don't have enough invested. We don't get the manager enough time. The manager's inexperienced. And there's so many nuance. The problem is, no manager wants to be stuck and responsible for the team, the process, the long-term goal of having to build from within. Every manager, every coach, every player wants that instant gratification. Nobody wants to delay gratification. And unfortunately, Premier League right now is all about the building process, not the build a superstar team for a season or two. And that era has gone. That might have been would have worked about 5-10 years ago. But now it's all about building within. And we are behind that pitch right now. We are behind that aspect. And until we get in that, unfortunately, I feel like we're going to keep struggling until we finally realize we can't keep sacking the manager. Because right now the players believe in that locker room they are invincible. Until they truly get a stern reality shaken, the problem's always going to remain the same. The players are going to feel like they control the whole game.
I completely agree. Completely agree with you, Jeremy. The problem I have with this Porter guy is that he doesn't have that authority of making a decision. If you look at Ten Hag at Manchester City, he came over when he took charge. He benched somebody like Ronaldo. Graham Potter took over. He's not under the same pressure as Thomas Tuchel or Jose Mourinho at Chelsea, because those managers were there to win. I give you the money, I give you a blank check, get whoever you want, you win. Now you have somebody who understands your situation, who wanna build, but building with old players, old guard. That means they do nothing on the pitch beside being friendly and nice to other people. Nothing they do, and you keep on playing them. You have options to try from the bench. Even if you lose with those kills, people will understand that we are building. We can't be harsh on him. But when you wanna go through a transition with the same players that put us through a lot of pain and suffering, and then what is the point? That's my only issue with this Porter guy. If I'm getting mad every single game now, is like, what the hell Raheem Sterling is doing on that pitch? What the hell Jorginho is doing in that pitch, or Aspilicueta, to a certain extent Mount? I want him to be able to bench somebody who is not performing.
May I be the light at the shining tunnel, end of the tunnel for you though?
Yes,
I got some good news. We finally, Chelsea has learned that we don't need that manager that needs to win a cup instantly. We need that manager that's building up a team. So I'm going to give you the light at the end of the tunnel. Yes, it's bad right now. We're 10th, or roughly 10th or whatever. But it's bad. But as long as Chelsea is 100% committed under Todd Bowley to truly keep this system and build with it, we are going to be that Arsenal in a few years. It's not going to happen next season. It's not going to happen the season after that. But it's a building process, and that is what the team needed. It's not going to be instant results. So before everyone starts raising their pitchforks, Harry Potter out, we need to salute, because we finally got what the team needed. We finally got it.
But people, you understand that, Jeremy. I don't want to cut you.
But we need to stay with it.
You understand that. But the majority, believe me, 99% of online people don't understand. They don't want to even hear what you're saying right now. This because they think Chelsea, this is not Chelsea. We are not Arsenal. We don't develop people.
Let's have Aziz rein in on that, because we haven't given him
So
a
it's
chance.
going to take time for people to change the mentality. You know what I mean? It's going to take time for people like Aziz to understand that we are in a process, and process doesn't mean bad things. And the word process wasn't invented by Arsenal Fan TV. You know what I mean? Our process is gonna be completely different than Arsenal. Ask me, let me finish. Why? Because we got money. Because we can also spend on big names. Look at us. We almost got this guy here, Enzo Fernandez. But we keep on trusting youngsters, buying also youngsters. So our process, I respect what Jeremy said. We might not win in 1 year or 2 years, but I think no, we're gonna win. We're gonna just give it one season. This season is like a transitional season because the manager didn't even have a pre-season. So in summer, we're gonna buy the best of the best, plus the youngsters that we're gonna develop. We're gonna make a team that nobody wanna play against, just like Thomas Tuchel was saying. So it might look really, really tough at the moment. It's painful to see Chelsea going through a
jump
crisis.
in on here, Aziz. I want to really get your input on this because you're a great guy. You were give Aziz a chance to talk
You said
real quick.
trust the process. Trust the process.
Yeah, he's being sarcastic. Aziz being sarcastic.
No. I have to be sarcastic with you. At least I'll trust the process to a manager that I can believe. Okay, we are trying to do something, but it's not working. But I can see what he's trying to build. You feel me?
Yeah, I see what you mean. So you don't trust the manager, but you trust the process.
Trust the manager.
But the problem is the manager that you trust are not ready for the process. Can you also understand my point of view? The managers that you want to see, they are not the process manager. They are not the builders. You know, the process manager needs to be in this level of Graham Potter or somebody else. He just need to be a little bit. He need a little bit of authority. That's what he's missing right now.
Well, Chelsea doesn't need a trophy manager. We need a process manager. Aziz, catch on in, man. It's we've been talking over you. I'm sorry about that.
In terms of a process manager, can I tell you one? I can tell you one. Pochettino. Pochettino is a process manager.
So you trust Pochettino more than
I would trust Pochettino than Harry Potter.
Okay. Yeah, I respect that. That is your opinion. I have to respect it.
Pochettino wasn't giving money at Spurs. You saw what he built.
That's true.
You saw what he found. Who knew Harry Kane before?
No.
Nobody knew Harry Kane before.
No.
Yeah. Who knew Dele Ali? Dele Ali was from Southampton, or where did he come from?
No,
he turned that guy to a world class.
He came from MK Don.
MK Don.
Yeah.
Look at all their players. Who knew them?
You are making a great point here, but let me give you also another aspect. You have to ask yourself how many time it took for us to start knowing Dele Alli and all the youngsters that he developed, because he got no name at all. We didn't know them, and boom, push them. It didn't happen the first season. The first season he struggled. The second season he struggled because he didn't have money, of course, to buy. It was all about you do miracles, and he did miracles, all right? But it took him also a little bit of time to make Tottenham. I think the third year is the season that they qualify for the Champions League finally under Mauricio Pochettino. So also, probably we're going to have to give this guy at least a season, like give him a little bit of time. When we got rid of those dead wood, right? Aspilicueta, get rid of him. Jorginho, out of the door. Even you don't like Ruben Loftus-Cheek, get them out, okay? If anybody that you want out, okay? Bring whoever you want. With youngsters that we are buying all over the world. We have Andrew Santos now. We have Casade. We have Chukwuemeka. Give them a chance. I think we might just change our narrative 1 year from now. But why can't we just give him a little bit of chance here? You see what I mean? Because we gave Pochettino a chance. He's Pochettino today because somebody gave him a chance. And if you look at how Graham Potter built that Brighton team, me and you, we didn't really care about Brighton years ago. It was like they were like yo-yo team struggling for relegation every single season. He took over. Couple years, he made world-class players from nowhere. Nobody knew who Leandro Trossard was. Nobody knew who McAllister was, Caicedo was. They were just low-key, low-profile. Nice recruitment, one season, a lot of training. Look at them today. Okay? This guy here, Cucurella, couldn't even get to the Barcelona team. He was sold. He was sold to another team in Spain, and then they bought him from there. Today, we bought Cucurella for 60 million. So it tells you, you know, that this guy can develop people, and that gives me some hope for the future. The only issue I have with this guy, he's lacking balls. He's lacking balls to bench people who are not performing. I don't care.
You know why he's lacking balls? Because he knows that the players are in charge, and if he steps on a toe, and it's in, and that's the problem. It's because
no, the problem. Yeah, I understand that, but he got insurance from the owners that they're gonna back him no matter what. So it's up to him to stamp his authority. Now he's afraid for no reason, because the Bowley said that I'm here for a long time. We gave him 6 years contract. We bought him for 20 million. You know, we bought him from whatever, Brighton. So they're gonna trust you. It's up to you now to not blame the owners, because this is not Abramovic anymore, where you're gonna get sacked when you lose the dressing room. This is a building process. You have to stamp your authority and start showing like you are the boss here. You're not performing. You are out of the team. I don't care about your price tag. I don't care about where you're coming from. Academy or from Brazil, you are the same.
I agree 100%. Unfortunately, the culture of the Chelsea locker room for years have been, if the players don't like the manager, they just choose not to perform, and the manager always gets sacked.
Yeah,
exactly. And unfortunately, until the players know that they don't have the power anymore, Harry Potter is being very passive. And I hate to say it, but I kind of agree with the guy, but he needs to amp it up. But he truly is just testing his foot in the water. He needs to realize that the only way that the power struggle will change is he needs to fight it head on. Thomas Tuchel tried to go in that locker room, and he got what he wanted. He wanted to say, okay, you're playing. If you don't play it, you're out. And he was in there, and the locker room turned on him. And when the locker room turned on him, guess what happened to Thomas Tuchel?
Yeah, have problems, and the performance is not
aggressive,
there. And that's why all those old guard in the dressing room, they have a bad influence already. Get rid of them. That's why bench them. The end of the day, get rid of them. If you see what Arteta did when he came to the job, right? Everybody that had bad attitude, Aubameyang out, Ozil out, Guendouzi out. He was just sacking people just like for fun. Everybody went, you're gonna end up by losing the dressing. No, he got rid of them, and he got people who can listen. And if you got insurance from your owner, you know, Kroenke, they told Arteta, do what you want to do. We're not going to disturb you. We're not going to sack you. Impose your authority. Now, Todd Bowley said the same thing to Graham Potter. This is your team. Make your team do whatever you want. Now, he needs to show some authority and some balls. That's what is missing right now. You're going to lose the dressing room for a short period of time, but eventually you're going to build a team that everybody will listen to you.
It's a 4-season project, I say. It'll take 4 seasons for everything to be fully
that is a lot
wind in perfectly.
4 seasons.
Yes. 4 seasons. I would say by then we'll have a trophy. I would say by then we'll win the Premier League and everything will be set. 4 seasons, yes, it's a long time. But 4 seasons is enough to get that full project underway. I hate to say it, but people don't like time.
No, it's not going to get there, bro. Even me, I'm not going to take that. 4 seasons is a lot. I'm going to give maximum 2 because of the money we got. Because we are different than Arsenal. Arsenal didn't have enough money to go and fight for Enzo Fernandez, for example. They didn't have money to go and fight for 60 million Kukurea, you know. So we have money and we have youngsters and we have
You're
to
gonna
develop.
hate me. You're gonna hate me, but you're talking about all that big money on big names. Why are we not talking about are the world's greatest academy again? Why are we not?
No,
talking about
what I'm saying, you're not getting my point here. What I'm saying is we have the best academy, of course, but we're not gonna wait for 4 seasons because we're gonna be mixing because we still have money. You can't always rely on academy. You know, those kids, some of them will never make it to Chelsea Football Club. Let's be honest. Not everybody from the academy is going to make it to the first team. You sell them, you buy a better one. That is the nature of this business. We are Chelsea Football Club. We can't rely always on those local boys, but promoting them slowly and surely, mixing with some good talent around the world, world-class talent, you're going to make a team for, you know, long-term project, long-term success. We're not Arsenal because Arsenal didn't have money to go for Koulibaly and spend like 40 million for a 31 years old. We got money. We still have like 1.8 billion in the bank to spend that Abramovic purposely left there for Chelsea to build a team. So we have money. We have more money than many teams, and we have a great academy. We are buying great youth around the world. So I don't want to wait for 4 years. It's too long, you know?
I kind of feel like we're repeating ourselves a little bit. You have been having a great stream going for 2 hours. Press the like up button if you haven't yet.
Yep.
It's not going to cost you a thing. Just show the channel a little bit of love.
Thank you.
I have to head out. I feel like we've had a great conversation so far. If you're going to keep going, Oggs.
No, I'm leaving too. I was looking for somebody
man.
to give me a pass like that. Thank you so much, and I'll see you tomorrow. Mr. Aziz.
Yeah, man.
Just conclude the
tomorrow.
show.
6-0 tomorrow. I'm not going to. I know we're going to lose tomorrow, but 6-0 tomorrow.
Come on.
If it's more than 6-0, it's 12-0.
12-0.
I'm telling you, man. The game is going to be shown on Peacock tomorrow.
Yeah.
There's one. You were telling me. You were saying something about you paying to watch most of these games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's this guy that used to do my stuff for me, whereby I only pay him $10 a month. I watch all the games. Yeah, I watch all the games in the world. I have like 3,000 channels. I watch from Europe, Africa, and all the stuff.
Okay, so shoot me and you know my email or my.
No, I don't know your email. I'll send you my email on chat. And I'll.
Oh, you are you on what is called again?
WhatsApp.
Twitter.
Oh, no, I'm not on Twitter.
You know, Twitter. Okay, well, yeah, I still. Yeah, we're gonna talk in private. Just send me your information, and we're gonna continue. Come back tomorrow because tomorrow I'm gonna be here for the stream, and bring tomorrow, also listen. Bring your statistics about Ruben Loftus-Cheek games. Tomorrow we have another fight. Tomorrow, bro. I have
my proof. I've opened it down. I'm just waiting for tomorrow so I can fire you.
Just bring it on the table. We have another fight tomorrow. But listen, nothing personal here.
I'm going to join Twitter so I can shoot you on Twitter.
Yeah, you can just shoot me.
Yeah.
So listen, people, nothing personal. This is football. Me and my brother Aziz, we got into it. Nothing personal. It's football. And that's what football is all about. You can bring your banter. That's it. All right. Thank you so much. All right, man. Okay, I have to leave. No breaking news in the Chelsea community. It's the deal is off officially, and we don't know if we can go back again to negotiate. And we don't know if Enzo Fernandez is gonna put some kind of pressure or go missing or do what this guy did. Anthony from Ajax, he had to go and call Fabrizio Romano and protest and and force his way out. We don't know what's going to happen. The deal is not officially out. They might make a call and say, hey, Chelsea, come back. Let's negotiate. We don't know, but listen, don't kill yourself. If we don't get Enzo Fernandez, somebody else is going to show up, okay? We're going to buy somebody. As long as we buy somebody better than Jorginho, we good, all right? We are good. So, man, help me get some more likes. I don't know why people are not liking this stream. We were a lot of people today, but people being quiet and don't want to give a like for some reason. So if you are a good person and you want to bless the channel with one like, you can do it because I'm leaving right now. I'm just checking on breaking news in case we have something else to discuss, but I don't see anything here, so I'm gonna have to leave. So all the sources online that told us that everything is agreed and all that, it's fake news. People try to be sources. They are not sources. They are just guessing, educated guess. So when it works, okay, you say, oh, I told you so. You know, those people, they just try to be sources, lie to people so they can get views, they can get likes, and they can get, you know, they can get all kind of attention on social media. They are ready to sell their soul to the devil, to lie to millions of people just for fame and money. So listen, man, I will see you tomorrow. And I made a video early on about what I want to see tomorrow. So expect that video to be up at some point tonight when I will be sleeping. I already scheduled it. Stay tuned. And give the benefit of the doubt to Harry Potter, Graham Potter. If tomorrow he doesn't change anything, right? If he doesn't change anything tomorrow, I'll be so mad. I'll be really so mad. Take care. Thank you so much, Mr. Zortex, Mr. Jeremy. England fans never ever go near Potter. We want to make what? We want to make it. If Manchester City doesn't score 6, it's a win for Chelsea. Okay. All right. I got your point. Let's say sometimes it's not fake news. They report what they were told. Imagine the source that told us any Willian to Spurs. Will you call that fake news? Thing happen must not be fake. Yeah, I get your point. Yeah, it could be a point, but many people on social media now, some people calling them Fabrizio Romano with a 0 instead of O, they try to change account. There are so many accounts on social media that came clean after lying to people, copy paste and making themselves as source, telling people what they want to hear. And they got when they got 100 or 1,000 of like followers, and they came clean to admit that they were lying. You know, I'm not gonna name anybody here, but you know who they are. I know so many of them in the Chelsea community, and I know when we were told about Gabigol. I don't know how old are you, but like 4 years ago, he was a guy told us about Gabigol, had a medical, everything is agreed, and it's gonna happen. He got a lot of followers, a lot of success online, and then it happened to be fake. Other guys on YouTube and social media also talked about Haaland. Remember? I think last season, you know, my sources are telling me that everything is done. Chelsea are going right for Haaland, not Lukaku, blah, blah. The end of the day, we sign Lukaku, not Haaland. So, man, you can tell, man. You can tell. I mean, if you know how to manipulate people, you can just tell people what they want to hear and you become a source. But I agree in the point, like some sources are true. and anything can happen. You know, you've been told something else, and then something else happened. But certain people really said that it's official, it's done, it's closed. So how your source can be too sure about everything is closed, and all of a sudden you change your wow, yeah, and this is what we have here. Those people, they can lie to people 24/7. There will be always people who will trust them, always. And this is a perfect example, because you see Charles here is defending certain account. I don't want to name them here because I don't name people in my channel, but it's just disgusting what they do to people online. Every single day they copy paste. You know, it's not that hard to be a source, right? All you have to do is put your notification on from Romano, from Dimasio, from every journalist that you know. Okay? When they post something, you copy paste immediately. People might see your tweet before even those people, right? And you don't give them even a credit. It's so easy, man. It's so easy to be. And you can use intelligence. You say, okay, I'm gonna take a gamble on this one. Okay, it's break. It's make or break. I'm gonna take a huge gamble. Okay, I'm gonna say this and that, and if it's happened, it's happened. People will trust me even more. So yeah, a lot of manipulations and lies, man. I'm not a kid anymore to be lied to, but you can believe on whatever you wanna believe. Okay, so I think I am over. Everybody is tired and wanna go. Thank you so much for your likes and your dislikes. I will see you tomorrow morning for the show. Or if I don't have a show in the morning, I will have a show before the game. 1 hour before the Chelsea game, we're gonna be live. But if I have some energy and I have to wake up in the morning, if I have a lot of energy, I might do a show in the morning. But it is what it is. Thank you so much for watching, my people. God bless, and I'll see you next time.